Hello there. This is David, Books and Comics, and today I thought I'd present the focus of this presentation will be on the paperbacks, but I will also show very quickly the comic books that I've collected over the years. And right now you're looking at Frew Publications, an Australian comic book publisher that published many, and if not all, of the stories of the Phantom as they appeared in the original newspapers, newspaper strips, and in the Sunday pages, and also some original stories. So this is a sample of the Frew. And if you look inside, and there you see the glorious art of Ray Moore telling telling the story of how the Phantom began. And then you flip the page and you have the artwork of Cy Berry and Lee Falk, who wrote the strip, Cy Berry, who did the artwork. And he worked with Lee Falk on the comic strip, adventure strip, for something like 33 years. Now, the Phantom first appeared in February of 1936 as a comic strip, adventure strip, in the for the Hearst newspapers. The Phantom was owned and submitted by a company called King Features, which produced artwork and comic strips for the newspapers. So this is the Frew one single issue of number 911. Just give you an idea how long the Phantom, how popular they were in Australia. And this is one of their omnibus editions, which again also features artwork. It's very rough artwork by Ray Moore. You flip the page further on, and that's Wilson. Even though it says Ray Moore, it's actually Wilson McCoy. So there are some really good ways of, if you want to ever find, and this is the famous wedding finally when Diana Palmer, his girlfriend, finally got married to him. That was published way back in 1977. As it says there, the 136th story. Now I'll go over the comic book appearances in the United States, in America. And this is one of the earliest. This is from 1961. This is a Harvey Hits magazine. And again, it features an original cover, but the interior is all um, daily comic strips from the newspapers. So that's number 48 of Harvey Hits. And here is number 36. This one's a nice jungle cover. And then Gold Key published some beautiful editions of the Phantom in painted covers by an artist named George Wilson. And George Wilson went on to draw also the paperbacks, which I'll be showing in a little while, but I'll go quickly over the comics that I have. And this is notoriously, Gold Key never put their numbers on the front. So they always had to go into the interior to know what number it is. So this is number 3. And you get a clean pinup on the back. The selling features of the Gold Key comic books was those beautiful painted covers that they had. So there you go. So that's number 3, Phantom, Gold Key. Here's another. That's number 11. There's the famous skull ring that he would use to, when he punched out a criminal, the skull ring would embed on the criminal's face. And here is another beautiful painted cover. And there you go, another beautiful painted cover. This one's a wraparound. And then King Features went into publishing comic books for a short time, and they started doing the numbering, following the numbering of Gold Key. They did their own comic books. So this is number 18. This is number 19. This is number 20, and it features an adventure with the girl Phantom, who appeared briefly in the King Features, in particular the King Features original stories. And this is number 24. Number 25. Number 26. Number 27. And they went as far as number 28. And then mysteriously, there was never a number 29. And then it switched to number 30, which became Charlton Comics. This is number 31, and it features the beautiful artwork of Jim Aparo. Jim Aparo, of course, became famous when he helped add to the history and art of the Batman in Detective Comics. So this is number 31, beautiful Jim Aparo art, Charlton Comics. Number 33, number 34, number 36, number 37. This one here, number 36, is one of my favorite covers by Aparo. And the next one, number 35, is another one of my favorite covers. And I wanted to show you another Gold Key, beautiful one. Gold Key. See if I put the number in. Oh, I have to take it out of the bag to look at the numbering. So that's that. Sorry for the glare. And here's another. This is a beautiful cover. This one is a wraparound. And it features a good close-up of his famous skull ring. And this is a King Features. Again, featuring the girl Phantom. Nice collectors, this one. And here's some more Jim Aparo. And this is another one of my favorite covers by him. Now, after Jim Aparo left, an artist named Pat Boyette took over. And he was known for his artwork on the cover. And this is a beautiful jungle cover, number 53. And here's another. This is number 51, Pat Boyette. He did a long run on the Charlton Phantom series. And here's another. Number 40. Number 41. Here's another rougher copy, number 42. I happen to have a better copy of number 42. Here's number 43. Number 44. Number 47. There's 49. Again, number 50. And this is a Lost World story. A lot of the Phantom Charlton issues were anthologies of 2 or 3 stories. Um, Here's number 52. The later ones featured a complete issue of story. This is number 54. It gives you a sense of the long run that Pat Boyette did on the series. Here's number 55. Number 56. And then after another artist took over, and in my view, after Pat Boyette and Jim Aparo left, the artwork was not as as great as some of the later issues were well done. Um, so that's number 62. This is number 64. Number 65. There's number 66. And then an artist named Don Newton took over the series, and he did some beautiful painted covers on the later issues of the Phantom. And this is number 68. And number 69, Pirate issue. Number 72. Not exactly one of the better covers. This one is nice, Don Newton cover. And this is number 73. And this is one of the last ones, if not the last one. This is number 74, and it's a gorgeous cover. Now, Lee Falk was a Missourian. He was born in Missouri. He started writing for the comic strips back in 1934 when he submitted his first comic strip, which was Mandrake the Magician. And then in February of 1936, he submitted the Phantom series um, to King Features, and they bought it, and it sold and was very popular, and it ran for right up until the late 1990s and into the 2000s. And so I'll show you another kind of a rare. This is actually an Indian, number 378. And again, it features Wilson McCoy, not credited, but that's Wilson McCoy artwork based on uh, the comic strips, the dailies. And I'll show you also a very early publication of the Phantom in the what's called the Big Little books. And this is also art by Ray Moore, again, based on the adventure strips. And I also have some foreign editions. This is Brazilian. A Tesouro do Imperador, the treasure of the emperor, it says. All written in Portuguese. So this is Fantasma Especial. And here's another. Passagem para o Inferno. This is Fantasma. This is from Brazil, a publisher called Global. So that's that. And here's another one. Chantagem Mortem, na Fortaleza de San Loi. And this is beautiful artwork. See what the publication date. Hard to tell with these Brazilian editions. And this one is from, that's not from Brazil. This one's from Portugal. This is Mundo do Aventuras. And it's featuring artwork and story by Cy Berry and Lee Falk. And there you have a Tarzan. So this was a publication of the newspaper strips. They would do the newspaper strips from various sources. And this is the famous marriage of the Phantom, Casamento do Fantasma. There you see this is from the serial, the movie Serial with Tom Tyler and Marguerite Chapman. This is also from Portugal, Fantasma Jogos Olímpicos na Selva. And also you have art, Ray Moore, and that's Cy Berry artwork. Here's some more. This is Portuguese, and this is, I believe, a reprint from the newspaper strip, edited to fit the comic book. So this is, and it, as you can see, it also features Lorna. Let's see, yeah. Rainha da Selva. So that's Lorna. And Fantasma. Here's another Fantasma. This one's Brazilian by Rio Gráfica. Fantasma enfrenta a Hydra. So this is actually from the newspaper strips. And this is eventually it was novelized, and you'll see it in a little while when I present the paperbacks. There's another one. O Dia do Pirata, the Day of the Pirate. So that's that. Number 148. Just to give you an idea of how long these ran in Europe. Here's another, again from the Cy Berry Lee Falk strip, edited for the comic book. It says edição colorida, which means it was colored. It gives you an idea. They were originally in black and white. Here's another Cy Berry. As Ruínas de Zeta Bital. That's Fantasma number 217. And this is from Portugal, Jornal de Coutre. And again, reprints of the newspaper strips. This one is a Spanish, South American, uh, and artwork. That's Wilson McCoy, El Fantasma. And then we have another Journal du Cout. This is from, there's Wilson McCoy style artwork. Again, all of these are from the newspapers, basically reprints from the newspaper strips. And the Mundo de Aventuras, and a Cyberry Lee Falk reprint. All right, now I'm going to show you the paperbacks, and this is the first in the paperback. And this is by Lee Falk, and it gives you all the background. The cover art is by George Wilson, who also drew the Gold Key cover art, those beautiful painted covers. He would do all of the painted covers for the paperbacks. This is an original, paperback original from the Avon publisher. And we just look inside. Beautiful, tight, bound copy, 1972. This is Lee Falk's own writing, and it gives you the whole historical background and origin of the Phantom, the Ghost Who Walks. That's the first book. And then we have The Slave Market of Mukar. And this was originally a newspaper strip story that was novelized. I wonder if it says here. It doesn't, but it would say later on in the books. It was novelized by a writer named Frank S. Shawn. Frank S. Shawn is a pseudonym for Ron Goulart. So he novelized this from the original newspaper strip story. And this is the second book, third book, The Scorpio Menace. It says Lee Falk's original story from the newspaper strips. And this one was by the mystery novelist Basil Copper, The Scorpio Menace. This beautiful tight copy of The Veiled Lady, Avon, Story of the Phantom #4. Frank S. Shawn, we know, is Ron Goulart. And this is #5, The Golden Circle. Again, cover art, George Wilson. Ron Goulart wrote the story. This one was written actually by Lee Falk. He wrote the story and the novel. Mysterious Ambassador, #6. Another beautiful, tight, clean copy. The Mystery of the Seahorse, #7. This one was written by Ron Goulart. That's #7. I'll just put that aside. This is #8. And this one was written by Ron Goulart. I've had that one for many years. The Hydra Monster. #9, Killer's Town. Again, to repeat, these are novelizations from the original newspaper strips. Killer's Town. was written by Ron Goulart. Yep. Goggle-Eyed Pirate. I remember actually reading the newspaper strip in the Frew edition. This is number 10, The Goggle-Eyed Pirates. Number 11, The Swamp Rats. There's a story of the Swamp Rats written in the comic books, published by Charlton Comics. Again, but originally originating in the newspaper strips. So let's have a look. Frank S. Shawn is Ron Goulart. And this is number 12 in the series. Yeah, this one was Ron Goulart. Number 13 in the series, The Island of Dogs. I do believe there's a qualifier here. Warren Shanahan. That's Ron Goulart, by the way. So that's number 13. Number 14 was written by pseudonym Carson Bingham. It was written by Bruce Bingham Cassidy. This is Bruce Cassidy wrote this. And here we have the information that we all want. So all are based on original stories. So Lee Falk wrote The Ghost Who Walks and The Mysterious Ambassador and Killer's Town. That was Lee Falk, along with Vampires and the Witch. Basil Copper wrote Slave Market of Mukar, The Scorpion Menace. Frank S. Shawn wrote, that's Ron Goulart, wrote The Veiled Lady, The Golden Circle, The Hydra Monster, The Mystery of the Seahorse, The Goggle-Eyed Pirates, and The Swamp Rats. Warren Shanahan wrote Island of Dogs. Warren Shanahan is Ron Goulart. And Carson Bingham, which is Bruce Bingham Cassidy, wrote The Assassins. That's this book, number 14. And this is the last book in the series. Beautiful, clean, crisp copy. The Curse of the Two-Headed Bull. And this one was written by Carson Bingham, which is Bruce Cassidy. And this is the only one where you see him not in costume. So, all right. So I hope you enjoyed this little presentation of the paperbacks, some of the comic books, to give you an idea of and a little background about the Phantom. Again, Phantom was extremely popular all over the world, especially internationally. He was published by DC Comics and Marvel Comics. DC did a good run on the Phantom. Uh, great artists like Paul Ryan, who drew for DC Comics and other publishers, did this beautiful cover in Comic Book Marketplace. All right, so I hope you liked what I presented. And if you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if possible, and comment if you have any questions. All right, thanks. Bye.